What if Mark Grayson wasn't the hero that we know? Across the multiverse, there are dozens of alternate Invincibles, and most of them, they're terrifying. Today, we're ranking every version of Invincible from the comics based on costume design, strength, personality, and overall aura. Because let's be honest, some of these marks just feel stronger than others. Stick around to the end because the most dangerous Invincible might just be worse than Omni-Man. Viltrumite Invincible. This Mark never grew up on Earth. Omni-Man raised him as a true Viltrumite from day one. That means he was stronger, more ruthless, and had zero hesitation about conquering planets. In fact, he managed to even kill Spawn, which is no small feat. During the Invincible War, he was one of the most dangerous variants, surviving for days while leveling cities. Unfortunately, his story ended in the worst way possible. He got stranded in a barren dimension and was eventually eaten alive by his fellow Invincibles. Final verdict: strong warrior, solid design, but getting cannibalized hurts the aura score. 4 out of 5. Omni-Mark. Omni-Mark is one of the most confusing variants. His costume is heavily inspired by his dad's, yet in his universe, he killed Omni-Man for reasons we still don't know. That sounds impressive, right? Well, his hype died instantly when he was taken down by a yo-yo. Yes, a yo-yo. Wielded by a hero named Madman, who, while strong, should not be capable of killing a Viltrumite. Final verdict for Omni-Mark is cool backstory, embarrassing death. 1 out of 5. Sinister Mark. This guy, terrifying. Not only does he have the best costume, black and yellow with flowing cape, but he's also the most ruthless Invincible in the multiverse. He personally hunts down and kills Angstrom Levy's son just to make a point. He dominates the Invincible War, treating Earth like his personal playground, and when he got stranded, he started the cannibalism, eating his fellow Invincibles one by one. His final battle was a 3v1, and even then, the others weren't sure if they could beat him. That says everything. Final verdict: strength, personality, and aura, all maxed out. 5 out of 5. Mohawk Mark is one of the most fleshed out variants. In his timeline, he actually thought Teen Team would help him conquer Earth, which shows a hilarious level of optimism. After killing Adam Eve, he filled the void by surrounding himself with Eve lookalikes, which is crazy behavior. He also became the emperor of the Viltrumites, while Thraw himself acknowledged his rule. His ambition was ultimately his downfall, but his personality and presence were so strong that even Robot from the main timeline saw him as a threat that needed to be eliminated. This version is strong leader, unique personality, and questionable fashion choices. Let's give it a 4.5 out of 5. Sleeveless Mark and Haircut Mark. These two tag teamed against Tech Jacket, but that fight did not go well for them. They got outplayed by lasers, punches, and finally exploded when Tech Jacket self-destructed. They died together, ranked together. 2 out of 5. Parallel Mark. This version of Mark took over Earth alongside Omni-Man, but refused to kill Adam Eve. Instead, he paralyzed her and left people to take care of her in secret. This is the closest version to what our Mark could have become if Omni-Man had convinced him in season 1. He's brutal, but still has a fraction of his old self left. Strong, but emotionally conflicted, so Parallel Mark gets a 3.5 out of 5. Next up, we have Robot Mark. Stranded in an alternate timeline, the main Invincible had to pretend to be Mohawk Mark just to survive. This led to creation of Robot Mark, a perfect clone of Invincible with Rudy's mind inside. Since Rudy is a strategist, he probably used the Viltrumite Empire as a tool to protect Earth. But knowing him, he was definitely planning to wipe them out after they were no longer useful. Not the strongest, but definitely one of the smartest. Let's go ahead and give him a 4 out of 5. No lenses Mark. This Invincible almost made it to the end of the war, decapitating the Immortal in the process. Instead of being killed, he was thrown into the Shadowverse, a pocket dimension where time doesn't pass. He's likely still alive, trapped in a void. If he ever escapes, he could be extremely dangerous. Underrated and potentially still out there. 3 out of 5. Now, next we have Spider-Mark. Spider-Mark fought Kid Omni-Man and tried to kill him because he hadn't earned his Viltrumite symbol. Also heavily implied that he killed both Debbie and Nolan in his timeline. His suit is cool, but it wouldn't work as a main Invincible design. This one would work better into the Spider-Verse. 3 out of 5. GDA Invincible. This version of Mark teamed up with Omni-Man to take over Earth, but things went horribly wrong. The GDA used experimental bombs to kill Omni-Man and wipe out Europe. After that, Mark kept fighting but was eventually captured while sleeping. He's been locked underground ever since, also naked for some reason. Got outplayed badly, so GDA Invincible gets 2 out of 5. Flaxen Mark. This Invincible spent years ruling the Flaxen dimension, meaning he could be way older than the others. However, when he finally came to the main timeline, he was killed off screen by Donald Ferguson. Just embarrassing. He's the ultimate L taker, so 1.5 out of 5. So, what did we learn? Across the multiverse, Mark Grayson is usually either a ruthless conqueror or a tragic failure, but no matter the timeline, his power is undeniable. Which version of Invincible is your favorite? Let's talk about it in the comments.